Hi, and welcome to this introduction for Diversita Connect for 2026. Diversita Connect is a platform to help neurodivergent job seekers, employees, parents of neurodivergent children, and the entire community. It's brought to you by Diversita, a neurodiversity consultancy based in the UK. So who am I? I'll introduce myself first. And my name is Mark Crawley. I'm the founder of Diversita. I am the father of 2 neurodivergent children, and I have 20 years of recruitment experience. When we talk about recruitment on the platform and when we focus on employment opportunities for neurodivergent job seekers, you can see it's a bit of a passion of mine, both professionally and, of course, through Diversita. Always love to drive fairness in the workplace. I used to work in some quite challenging environments, particularly in the recruitment world where it's quite salesy, but I've always liked to, wherever possible, to try and make sure they're as inclusive as possible. A little bit more about me as well. I'm a Tottenham fan, so you can call that misguided, but I'm always optimistic. I'm also ADHD myself. So again, a lot of what we talk about resonates very, very personally. So who are Diversita? So as an organization, we were founded in 2022, very driven by purpose, very driven by inclusion, and we focus on a day-to-day basis on neuro-inclusion. We work with a lot of organizations, particularly in the UK and Europe, on trying to create more inclusive recruitment processes. We implement manager training. We help to try and raise awareness. We just do a lot of work to try and make sure that neurodivergent employees, job seekers, have a more equitable experience when they approach organizations. What we do, though, with our community is something we're really, really proud of, right? So we've grown a community now of probably 5,000 plus across all of our social media channels. We have worked with a lot of organizations, and because of that, we like to think we're making an impact there for the community. But we're always looking at new ways to try and support the neurodivergent community. And this is where Diversita Connect was born. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Diversita Connect now, because we're very excited about it. It's been going for about a year now, and we're now really excited about what's going to happen in 2026. So what is Diversita Connect? Essentially, it's an online community and support platform for neurodivergent job seekers and employees. We're now looking to expand it to build more resources and more webinars and more content and more community for parents of neurodivergent children. But we'd like to think that most of the content we produce, and we'll go through that in a second, is very, very relevant to most people that have an interest in neuro-inclusion and neurodiversity. So who is the platform for? So we've mentioned already about neurodivergent job seekers and employees. We also do tailored content for neurodivergent graduates, interns and apprentices, and of course, parents of ND young people. What we also believe it's quite useful for is if you are a manager or an ally or an advocate within a working environment, there's some great resources there, and there's a great insight into some of the day-to-day challenges and some of the struggles, but also some of the opportunities that neurodivergent individuals face. So what do we actually do on this platform, right? So we offer a range of resources and events. This includes weekly recorded webinars, and when we discuss a range of subjects, from identifying neuro-inclusive companies to self-advocacy to preparing for a performance review as a neurodivergent employee. So many webinars, so many pieces of material that we're looking to do. And of course, now we're looking to convert all of these webinars in 2026 into podcasts and to put more content on YouTube and our YouTube channel as well. We also give our community the opportunity to influence sessions through polls and suggestions. And in 2026, we're looking to do more of this, where we have more tailored content, more input from our community about exactly the way we deliver material, but more importantly, what that material and resources actually are. We have forums where members can ask questions to us and ask other members. And we also do live sessions every week to discuss the weekly webinar. So most weeks we will release a webinar, a podcast, or a YouTube video on a Monday. And then what we'll do is we'll have a live session via the platform, or via Diversita Connect, on the Wednesday to try and discuss the content and answer any questions and just get people's feedback. It's a great way of interacting with our community. In addition to this, we have a monthly meetup we're really excited about. And again, we've been doing these for about a year now, and we're really excited about the prospect of these growing even more again in 2026. There's also the opportunity to network, of course, and meet other people that are neurodivergent in a similar boat to yourself. But we like the idea of people giving advice to each other. And again, just really trying to build that community. One of the biggest changes we've made this year, though, is that Diversita Connect is now free for those who cannot pay. We have a donation model in place for our members, which means that if you like the content and you're able to make occasional donation, then fantastic. But it's not mandatory. There are no paid tiers on Diversita Connect for 2026. So we have ways across the platform of looking and finding your content. So for example, you can track the amount of webinars you're watching. You can watch masterclass sessions that we put on occasionally with industry professionals talking about topics that we believe are very, very important to the ND community. You can find our events really easy via the events tab. You'll see welcome chats. You'll see loads of different areas and way of interacting with the platform. And we host this platform on a platform called Circle, right? So Circle is a sort of a pre-built community platform, but it's very robust. It's available on desktop or via the app, and it's very secure and scalable. So I've looked at the app and used it extensively. You obviously used the desktop extensively over the past year, and we are very, very happy with it at the moment. I think going forward, we have plans to obviously try and create our own app, but for now, this does a great, great job for us. So Circle is the platform, and of course, we'll provide a link to try and join Diversita Connect at the end of this video or podcast. So what are the changes we've made for 2026? So we've mentioned already quite a few things that we've changed, but the key things that we focused on when we were looking to try and make this a platform for everyone were, we looked at feedback, we looked at access and reach, we looked at the cost, of course, the interaction, the quality, the company access and tiers, which I'll touch on in a second. And of course, all of this comes in line with our Diversita Connect ambassador, who I'll introduce you to in a second. So first of all, feedback. We've taken a lot of feedback across 2025 when we first launched the platform about the way that we want to present information. Now, when we launched, talking honestly, we had 3 tiers. We've now down to 1. We had various paywalls, etc. Removed all of those, and a lot of that has been based around our feedback. We also used to release 2 webinars a week. We've now gone down to 1, but with a live session to follow up afterwards. The access and reach is important to us as well. So obviously all of our content is on Diversita Connect and on the platform, which is great to see. However, we also know that people like to access information in other ways. We want to extend our audience by putting more videos on YouTube. We maybe won't put every video that's on Diversita Connect on YouTube, but we'll put enough on there to get people's interest, to try and provide some support, and hopefully people will join the platform and join the community afterwards. We also know that more people are listening to their content through podcast. So again, we're planning to put most, if not all of our webinars onto podcast so people can really take in this information in a way that's convenient for them. I think most of our webinars going forward will be a lot more transferable between videos and podcasts. Of course, we have a lot of videos on the platform that have visuals and we talk through websites and things sometimes, but we'll try to make sure that going forward they work across various media platforms as well. Of course, cost and donations we've touched on already. So cost and donations, we have taken down the paywall for our members. So going forward, you can make a donation if you wish, if you're enjoying the content and you're able to, but there'll be no tiered no tiering or costing for our members who will join the platform going forward. There is one caveat to this, and that's a company tier, but we'll touch on that in a second. The interaction is important to us for 2026. So how we interact with our community. We used to have a monthly meetup, which was great, and we have some great conversations, but we've now also implemented a weekly live session for 45 minutes. The monthly meetups, just to manage expectations, are 90 minutes, so an hour and a half. The weekly live catch-ups are 45 minutes. Those weekly catch-ups are to discuss the webinar of the week, essentially. So last week, it was our first one, and what we did there is we had a fantastic webinar that was released around miscommunication for neurodivergent individuals in the workplace. Then we had a great discussion around that, and we're looking to do this every week. So more interaction with our community, which is again important for us. Quality, because of this reduction to 1 webinar or 1 podcast or 1 YouTube video a week, it means we can really focus on the quality going forward. It really means we can get in depth under the sort of bonnet of the subjects that we're talking around. And of course, this content will continue to be steered by our community going forward. We are looking to do company access tiers, and I think a lot of this is about making sure that we don't have to charge our community. The way we want to fund the platform going forward is predominantly for organizations and companies. So when you go onto the platform for the first time, you'll probably see a company access tier, which is locked. This is for organizations where we'll produce tailored content for their employees, etc. But it doesn't impact any of the content that you're seeing as a Diversita Connect member. But it's just a heads up, really, and we always want to be very transparent about the way that we fund the Diversita Connect. We're looking predominantly through company payments going forward, of course, but we'll also welcome donations from our community as and when they can do so. We're also really excited to have an ambassador this year. So we have someone called Robin Bailey, who is just a fantastic advocate for neuro-inclusion and neurodiversity. And Robin is going to continue to advise us, continue to try and give us ideas. And I will say a lot of the things that have come into Diversita Connect in 2026 have really been shaped by their contributions. So we really want to welcome Robin as a Diversita Connect ambassador. So the next steps, really, if you are on the platform, of course, at the moment, you can enjoy all of these features. This video will be on our platform for you to have a look at and go through, of course. If you are looking at this on YouTube or Spotify and you want to join Diversita Connect, there'll be a link in the bio. So you can obviously use that to make sure that you join. It's free to join. You need to input very little information. It's really just a bit of an email address, maybe a first name and some optional information. So very straightforward. But of course, if you have any issues or problems, we'll provide you with an email address in a second. If you are watching this on YouTube and you want to join, you can use the QR code that's on your screen at the moment. And of course, just to reiterate, the platform is free, right? All of the content we produce is free, but of course we do welcome donations to try and help. And there's a very clear donations tab on Diversita Connect as well. This may not answer all of your questions. So if you do have any questions, you can contact us at contact@diversita.co.uk. And please feel free to reach out.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe. And scan the QR code to join the Diversita Connect community.